All right, in today's story, we're going to hear a pretty funny story about the disciples just totally missing it again. So the disciples and Jesus are out in a boat. Actually, I don't know if they're on a boat in this story because it says that they traveled to a place on the lake and then this thing happened. So I was imagining that this story happened on the boat, but it could have happened after they got to their destination. Anyway, for the sake of this story, I am going to draw them on the boat. So we have the disciples and we have Jesus here in the boat. You may remember that Jesus is the only one with eyeballs, and Jesus has something that he wants to share with his disciples. He says, "Hey guys, I want you to be on your guard against the yeast of the Pharisees and the Sadducees." And the disciples start talking among themselves and they say, "You know what? This is because we didn't bring any bread. We forgot the bread. Whose job was it to bring the bread?" And Jesus overhears their discussion and he knows what they're talking about. And he says to them, Why are you guys arguing among yourselves about not having any bread? Don't you remember when there was 5 loaves and I fed 5,000 people with it? And don't you remember when there were 7 loaves and I fed 4,000 people with him? Don't you remember how many baskets full of leftover pieces that you had after those events? Don't worry about bread. And so when Jesus said this, then the disciples realized he wasn't actually talking about bread. He was talking about yeast, the yeast of the Pharisees and the Sadducees.